Hey Capricorn, this is going to be your reading for the month of June going into July. Please keep in mind that these readings are general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. They may not be fully specific to you, but I am just explaining them how they are presented to me. Please keep in mind that roles can be reversed. So the scenarios that I am explaining could be acted out by you or someone around you. This can also be played out in other areas of your life, such as family, friends, and coworkers. But it is intended to be for love. So this may resonate for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars placements. So if you have Capricorn in any of those placements, this will resonate with you. So basically what I'm getting for you, there's a song that says in the lyrics, like, how much can a heart take? Some of you may have heard of that song. But basically, that's the song that I keep hearing. It's like, how much can a heart take? I feel like a lot of you are or have been going through like some disappointments when it comes to dating or love in general. I feel that a lot of you have experienced a lot of loss within your love and relationships, and that can be outside of romantic. I feel like a lot of you have lost relationships with people, with platonic relationships or love relationships within your family, friend circle, stuff like that. So I feel like you have kind of been going through this phase where you are finding it hard to open yourself back up to people because, for one, losing people, you're still grieving that. And then for the other, you also are being disappointed when it comes to romantic relationships. Maybe your romantic relationships have not been working out for you. But I'm also getting that maybe there's like this back and forth energy. Maybe a relationship has been starting and stopping a lot, and you're to the point where it's just too much for you. This stop and go action it's not stable enough for you, so you're feeling a bit distorted when it comes to the specific relationship. For the ones that are loosely dealing with people, I just feel like you are in this phase where you're tired of going through relationships or temporary relationships or short-lived relationships where you're dealing with people who seem like they have a lot of potential, but come to find out they don't. So you're kind of going through that. Like, you have a lot of interest for one person and then it doesn't work out the way that you want. Or, eventually further down the line, it's not what it needs to be in your life anymore. So it kind of goes in a different direction. I feel like you're frustrated with that. I'm also feeling for my singles that you are just frustrated in general when it comes to people. So you're trying to put all of your energy into work. I think that's what a lot of the earth signs have in common, especially with a Virgo. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. But I'm also seeing Sagittarius, Capricorn, a lot of Capricorn energy here. So a lot of it could just be your energy, but I'm also seeing that you could be dealing with a Capricorn. Like I said, as well as the Sagittarius. I'm also seeing something where you may be missing an ex. Don't have to be, but I feel like that could be the case. I don't really see anyone specifically that you're dealing with. So I feel like a lot of you have are coming out of a relationship, or like I said, you just could be dealing with a Sagittarius or another Capricorn. Or I also see Aquarius, Leo, Taurus. So one of those signs. I'm mostly getting that a lot of you are just in this position where you feel like you have to restrict yourself from your desires. Like, you have the desire to reach out to a certain person. You have a desire to date. You have a desire to go out and be social, and you want to get to know people, or you want to be in a relationship, or you want to trust a person. If you're in a relationship, you want to trust this person and give them your all. But the more that they show you instability, the more you tend to pull back. So you tend to have trust issues is mainly what I'm seeing. You just kind of wish that you are able to just love openly and freely without there being any obstacles or confrontation or any issues. But because that's not reality, this is why you tend to just kind of pull back and you don't want to even put that energy out there. So I see a lot of stubbornness against your own desires. I see you just not wanting to put that energy towards anyone, and you just want to hold on, or you just want to hold yourself back from loving anyone or being loved by anyone. Like I said, the instability for one is a problem. This person could be in and out, maybe up one day everything is okay, but then the next it's like, oh, I don't know anymore. Like they're too unsure for you, and you're over it. You're getting to the point where you're getting fed up. Again, Leo had this similar reading, so you may be dealing with a Leo, also Virgo. So I feel as though you are getting to the point where you don't want to deal with it and you just want less stress in your life. So I feel like a lot of you went through a lot of suffering in the past emotionally. I feel like a lot of you have been dealing with a lot when it comes to love and relationships, and it's spilling over, I feel like you have a cup of suffering and you have a cup of freedom and joy. And I feel like your cup of suffering is like kind of overflowing, but you're depriving yourself of freedom and joy and just loving freely. So that cup is empty. So it's kind of like that. And I also got like the visual of fishing. Like you're throwing the line in, but then you're not being patient and you're reeling it back. And I feel like it's that kind of energy too, where you want to go after love. You want to love someone. You want to reach out to this person that you miss. You want to start dating, but then you want to give the relationship a chance, but then because you're getting very impatient and it looks a little rocky again, you pull your energy back and you're like, okay, never mind, I don't want that anymore. I also see that for my singles, you're just struggling to find compatibility. You're struggling to find people who suit you. But I feel like a lot of you understand the problem. I feel like a lot of you know that the issue is that, for one, people are fickle. People are very fickle. And for two, so are you. And it's not fickle. Like, people are fickle when it comes to you. Like, people don't know whether they want to be with you or not. This could be you as well, but people don't know whether they want to be with you or not, or they don't know why they want to be with you, or one minute they want to be with you and the next minute they're unsure. So it's like you're feeling like they're fickle. But I also feel like that you also know that you can also be fickle. So the moment they back out is when you want to back out, or the moment they feel unsure is when you want to back off, because you don't really know how to handle it. And a lot of it is because you're holding back a lot of emotions. You're holding back a lot of things you want to express for the simple fact that they're not sure. But I also see that a lot of you may be pressing an issue with a person and they are entertaining it. I feel like you're pushing a problem in their face and they're not even acknowledging it. So a lot of you are getting to this point where you're getting fed up when it comes to your relationships and love. A lot of you are just ready to move on, or things have ended and you're not really ready to give a second chance. Or you do miss this person, you want this person, but you're not willing to reach out to them, because maybe as well they're not willing to give you a second chance. And some of you or them are just willing to like walk away and just leave it how it is. But I feel like in the past you have been struggling with relationships. So you just, it's just been a lot of suffering when it comes to people in general. But for some reason, I'm also getting that some of you, a small percentage of you, have or will be willing to go back out and date again and actually commit yourself to someone again. I think it's all about just getting over the current disappointment and just trusting the process of finding someone or dealing with someone, and just trusting that eventually you will be on the same page, or you'll find someone who can be on the same page. As far as my singles go, I really don't feel like this is for you, but I will say that a lot of you are focusing on work, and you need to, or just focusing on yourself to the point where you just been doing it for a while, and you need to kind of find a balance between work life and play life. Like dating, you need to date more. You need to actually see what's out there, because you being in your head and not really putting yourself out there, you're not going to be able to find what you need in that way. And a lot of it is fear-based. So you're just scared to kind of go out there and look because you don't want to be disappointed. A lot of you are kind of baiting relationships with money. It's kind of what I'm seeing. You're trying to use your finances as a way to find love, and that's going to backfire. Be careful with that. You don't want to do that. So yeah, the advice that I'm kind of getting is that I know that you want to go back to this ex or this other person, but it's probably not a good idea. I feel like a lot of you are going to realize that it's not a good idea. I feel like a lot of you are going to realize that you just need to move on from this situation. If you're considering going back to an ex, if you're in a relationship, I feel like some of you are kind of going through this phase where you're not speaking to this person. Could be some silent treatment going on. And I think that you want to express something to this person, but I feel like you need a little bit of time to think on what you want to say before you speak, because I see where you may say something you might regret later. But I'm getting that it's just about telling the truth. That some of you just really need to tell the truth, no matter if it causes conflict or what. And I'm also getting something about that just because it looks good doesn't mean that it is. So I take that back. So I feel like that telling the truth, I think some of you are telling the truth or have been telling the truth. But I think the truth comes out a little bit harsher than it needs to be. That's for a very small percentage of you. For some of you, you do need to tell the truth, even if it brings in conflict. But it's all about your delivery as well. I'm also getting that for the ones that are loosely dealing with people or are dating, I feel like there's someone, like I said, if you're thinking about going back to an ex or you're pursuing someone, they definitely don't feel the same about you. They actually aren't even thinking about you, but you have family issues here. So I feel like that not only is this person not really thinking about you, I feel like they have their own issues that they're having to deal with, and they have to kind of fix that first before they can even look your way. I feel like they have a lot of things going on personally. I feel like this is also for Capricorns and yourselves. I feel like a lot of you aren't able to focus on love and relationships or even the other person because you just have a lot of things personally that you're dealing with that prevents you from giving this person the chance that they deserve or need. So a lot of Capricorns may be ignoring someone because you have a lot going on yourself. Especially if you're a cross watcher reading for a Capricorn or watching for a Capricorn, they're ignoring you, or they're not giving you the attention that you seek because they have too much on their plate. So it's best to just move on from that situation because you have free yourself here. So it's best to move on from that situation. For Capricorns, definitely work on your communication a little bit better. I feel like some of you need therapy to get over some of the suffering that you've previously experienced. I feel like a lot of you need someone to talk to. You need therapy. You need something to where you can recover from a lot of the anger and pain and hurt that you're bottling up inside. Also, that's kind of what I'm getting as well. Like, I feel like a lot of you are bottling up a lot of emotion and disguising it as something else. You're disguising your pain in a lot of ways. And this is just saying to me that you need to open up. You're disguising your pain as like not being interested in people, not being interested in a person when you really are. And it's okay to be interested in that person. It's okay to actually try, and and it's okay to like it. It's okay to give into your desires. Don't deprive yourself, because that's going to create a lot of anger. That's going to create so much unnecessary negative energy in your life. I'm also getting that if you're in a relationship, I'm also getting that you're just holding back how you truly feel about someone. Maybe you feel like someone isn't being honest with you. Maybe you feel like someone isn't truly caring about you like they say they do, because they're so back and forth, right? So if you're a Capricorn dealing with a Capricorn, I feel like this can play out in both ways. I feel like one person is pretending not to love you, not to be with you, and the other Capricorn is frustrated and is hurt. So it really depends on who's who, because I feel like there's two Capricorns dealing with each other here. Also a Capricorn and Sagittarius dealing with each other. So yeah, so that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Hopefully that helps, and I will see you in the next reading.